Good morning, students. Today in this class we just discuss two properties in the definite integration. In our previous class we discussed property number 1 and property number 2. Okay, so two properties are completed. Okay, in this class we just discuss the property number 3. Okay, property 3. So here what is the property number 3 is integral from a to b f of x into dx. So this value is equal to, suppose if you change the name, okay, so that result also will give the same result. If you change the name of the variable name, then there is no change. Okay, so this is called property number 3. Example, I will take the very simple example, integration from a to b cos x into dx. Okay, cos x into dx. So here I will take the, okay, so what I am getting, integration of cos x is sin x. Here I am taking that a to b. Okay, in the place of x I have to take the upper limit, that means sin b minus sin a, sin b minus sin a. Suppose if I am taking integral from a to b sin, what is that, cos t into dt. So here also I am getting that sin t. Here also I have to take that a to b, that means here variable is t. In this place I have to take the t equal to b, that means sin b minus sin a. Okay, both are same. Therefore what we have to take that, if the variable name is changed, okay, if the variable name is changed, there is no problem in the procedure. Finally we are getting the same results. Okay, just that variable name is changed, that thing only. Here variable name is changed from x to t. Here dx value is dt. Okay, that means here in the integration we are integrating with respect to x. Here integrating with respect to t. There is no change in the upper limit and lower limit. So finally we are getting the same result value in the definite integrations. That is the important thing. So we can consider this is the property number 3. Property number 3. Okay, so we can take like that. If we change the variable name, there is no change. Okay, right. Next, property number 4. Property number 4. So you just observe here. If C belongs to A comma B, C belongs to A comma B, okay, open interval of A comma B, that means a number C is in between A comma B. Integration from A to B f of x into dx. Integration from a to b f of x into dx we can consider as from a to c f of x into dx plus from c to b, okay, f of x into dx. Okay, that means if you are consider that this is the a, this is the b, okay, here anyone take, okay, from a to b, okay, integration value, total integration from a to b f of x dx equal to, we can take this integral sum plus this integral sum, that means a to c f of x dx plus c to b f of x dx. Okay, if you are taking another one here c1 c2, okay, there is no problem, you can divide into, okay, finite number of integral sums also, but you have to write down that process in correct manner. Okay, suppose here I am taking c1 comma c2 belongs to, okay, open interval of a comma b where c1 is less than c2, like that. So I can write like this also, from integral from a to c1 f of x dx, from integral c1 to c2 f of x dx plus integral c to b f of x dx. The total integral sums is equal to integral from a to b f of x dx. Okay, we can write the number of integral sums also. Okay, that is your choice. Here I am taking one value. So this is the, we can take it as property number 4. Property number 4 I am taking like this. Suppose C is lies in between A to B, A comma B. Okay, that means integral. So this total value is integral A to C f of x dx, C to B f of x dx. Okay, now we have to prove this by taking one example. Okay, so I will take this one by taking one example, that is 2x plus 3 minus 125 into dx. Okay, so here what is this value? Minus 125. From minus 1 to 5 we have the many numbers, so I will take the one number. Okay, suppose let 2 belongs to minus 1 comma 5. Is it correct or not? So this value is equal to, that means we can change this. Okay, just we have to find this value. So 2 into x square by 2 plus 3x. Okay, so here minus 1 to 5. So 2 get cancelled. 5 whole square 25 plus 3 5 ja 15. Upper limit completed. Okay, minus 1 whole square. That means 1 plus 3 into minus 1 minus 3. So 25 40 minus of, okay, 1 minus 3 means minus 2. That means total value is 42. Okay, so this is this value. We can take that integration minus 1 to 2 f of x dx. That means f of x means here 2x plus 3 into dx. Okay, I am dividing into two parts. 2 to 5. 2x plus 3 into dx. Suppose if we take integral of two sums, then this value is also, we are getting the 42. Okay, we have to check this. So 2x square by 2 plus 3x minus 1 to 2 plus 2x square by 2 plus 3x. Okay, 3x. So this value from 2 to 5. So 2 get cancelled. Here also x square 4 plus 6 minus 1 whole square 1. 3 into minus 1 minus 3. So here 10 minus of minus 2. So 12. 10 plus 2, that means 12. Here we are getting plus. Okay, so 5 square 25 plus 15, upper limit completed, minus 2 square 4 plus 3 2 ja 6. Okay, so 40 minus 10. 40 minus 10 means 30. Now you just 30 plus 12, that means 42. Okay, so if we divide the sum of the, okay, two integral sums, then final result is also equal to, okay, our general result. So that's why I am saying that integral from a to b f of x dx equal to integral from a to c f of x dx plus integral from c to b f of x dx, where c belongs to open interval of a comma b. That means c compulsory lies in between a comma b. Then this rule will exist. Okay, it will be applicable. Okay, so like that we can write like this. Okay, so we can take this. Okay, so integral minus 1 to 5 2x plus 3. Okay, we can write that minus 1 to 2x plus 3 into dx plus integral from 2 to 5 2x plus 3 into dx. You can take here I am taking that 2. If you are having the interest, in between this you can take any value like this. Okay, this rule will be applicable. Okay, so this is the property number 2. Okay, So today in this class we discussed the property number 3 and property number 4. Okay, like this you can, okay, we can do the problems by using like this also. Okay, right. So you just practice like this type of problems. Okay, it is very simple. Thank you.